Was there any moment in the shoot where you felt most far away from getting what you wanted? Was there any point where you kind of went, this is so not what I want right now?
No, because, I mean, I think it's because sometimes I would come across very strong or
Very specific. You knew what you wanted.
yeah, but in saying that, every director says that anyhow. But because I was pushing so hard for what I wanted, I think I never want to let something get too far away that I go, hang on, that's not what I wanted.
Right.
I never let it get that at the stage. You just have to be onto it all the time because every department wants to have such a strong creative input that you go, okay, fine. It's all these new fresh pair of eyes coming into it, which is great. It's a collaborative effort. But in the end, there's a spine that goes through, and that spine, everyone's going to be connected to that spine. So you never let it get that far. If you did, you'd have a problem. That's where the problem would be. There's a couple of times where it was like that, and I thought, okay, fine. And then there was always a kind of safety net you can fall onto. You can save it here, you can save it in post, you can save it with sound. Again, because it was a film that I felt strongly that needed good, strong performances, I made sure during rehearsals, any kind of obstacle I was going to have, any kind of problems I was going to have from any of the actors, with their creative input, I wanted to nail it straight away in the rehearsals. I don't want to get during the shooting, we're going to start discovering moments of acting and stuff, the characters and that. It was just a waste of time. We didn't have time. We had 25 days to shoot 98 pages. We had 37 locations. We don't got time. I kept saying to you guys, remember I kept saying during rehearsals, guys, I want to rehearse intensely, I want to rehearse, because on the day it's going to drop the scenes in.
Yeah. Having said that though, were there any happy accidents that happened during the film or any discoveries that happened on the day where you were surprised about something that you hadn't planned for, or an actor improvised, or a camera shot
there was
stumbled
heaps
upon?
of those actually.
Yeah?
I think there was fortunate for us, there was the odd day or two where we could improvise a couple of things, especially the Maitland jail stuff when you and Bren were doing those intense scenes at the end. We actually gave a lot of room. I remember saying to him on the day, we didn't need 1 day at Maitland, we need 2 days at Maitland, because that scene with his brother is going to be intense, and to develop into it, walk into it and get ready and let him build up to it. So we had a little bit of play there on that day, which created those nice little moments of improv between you two, which I've used the voices of. All that kind of stuff pops up all the time. I mean, there's heaps. I just couldn't go into it all.
Because you had a lot of, I guess, the universe or synchronicity was on your side in this film with things like getting certain locations that worked out, or...
Yeah, it's funny that, I mean, I was actually thinking about it lately. I was just thinking to myself, if I had made this film 2 years ago, when we did the preview reel, I made it then, it probably would have been a slightly different film. Because there was certain energies that weren't there at the time. People, they weren't there. The crew would have been different. Some of the other actors would have been different. We wouldn't have got some of those locations. The story would have been the same, but where it was set and who was playing what and what kind of energy they gave and what kind of performance they would have gave it would have changed it slightly. I was so frustrated one stage trying to get the funding, trying to get over that line. I mean, mind you, our budget was so low for a normal Australian film, like low, that I just got sick of whoring myself writing statements and applications, and I had to do I shot that preview reel, and on top of that I did a visual supporting material. What I did was I grabbed all these bits from films that I liked that influenced Cedar Boys, and I put them all together, edited them together, and I did a running commentary over those scenes from those films and said, I like this scene from this film because of this, and I'm going to do something similar. I had to go to that extent to make them believe that I could make this film.
Because you were a first-time filmmaker, or because of the subject matter of this
film? I
film?
reckon it was both. Who's going to see a film about Lebanese boys? That did come across. Who's your target audience? I would say films like Fat Pizza was successful.
Right.
Wog Boy was successful because it's got a huge following.
Yep.